An unusual cluster of customs officers on the Tinkan Island Port Command at the Enforcement Unit in Apapa, Lagos. Their presence is an indication that something big is in the air. They are here to unravel what an importer had declared as a container filled with plaster of Paris.
There are pump action of various designs. This is one particular design. And then you have another design again. You know, this one black in color. They are all pump action. And then you are familiar with the single barrel device of the same gun type. This BOP, you know, was used to conceal, you know, the importation. And so there's no way we're going to know about that, but based on intelligence reports, we're able to discover that this container was laden with these arms, which were made a seizure about.
The customs authorities seem not to be ready to let the cat out of the bag on the identity of those behind the illicit business. They say the arms-laden cargo also contains other arms, protected gadgets and equipment.
We have other accessories in this container as well. Several parts dismantled, definitely to be reassembled. So investigation requires we go deeper so as to get to where this quasi-factory of arms assemblage is in Nigeria, so that the nation will be safer in the end.
This seizure brings to 2 containers laden with arms impounded by the customs in Lagos. Turkey is a country of import for both seizures, while the US and Italy are countries of manufacture for this latest arms consignment.
Well, we're starting off focusing on that particular matter. We've got Vince Nyekwe here with us, security consultants. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
You know, Nigerians have a lot of questions about what we've seen. I know that there was a recent one, I think about 661 pump action guns. They say it came from China. And now you have this one. But some of the basic questions they'll ask is, look, there are procedures for shipping in items into this country. They're manifest from the originating country here. But at the moment, we don't seem to have the kind of answers. What do you make of this particular seizure from customs now?
From this, personally, professionally, what I'm seeing is a lot of high level of incompetence, because we all are very much aware of how porous the Nigerian territorial borders are. So it's not surprising to me that these kind of ammunitions, what we call small arms and light weapons, are finding its ways in Nigeria. For me, we are seeing 661 number of pump action guns. For me, the fear is, what of the ones that we are not aware of that has gone through the system? That is number one.
So
you believe that there's more have scaled through?
Oh my God. Now listen, look at the geographical structure of Africa. One of the most volatile regions of Africa today that is very disturbing across the whole world is Libya. Libya has only one country in between Libya and Nigeria, and that is either Chad on the right or Niger on the left. So if you leave Libya, it's just between Niger and Nigeria. Libya, Chad and Nigeria. Now you think, a country like Nigeria hasn't got border protection security, how much ammunitions have left the abundance of ammunition that Gaddafi had in Libya?
Where do you think the destination of this particular 440 pump action rifles was headed?
Obviously, one can never say, but if you look at the structure of Nigeria, are we going to say that Nigeria is going to be a transit location? It's more like impossible that this looks to be like the end user location. Now, thinking about the location, Nigeria obviously has serious national security architectural problems. There's a lot of injustices in the country that is going on. So you're asking yourself, what is going on?
Let me ask you, Vince. I mean, you know, we have a lot of questions about security from our security personnel in this country. The way they manage communication. You've been a former police officer in Britain, and one asks, because this is not the first nor the second, we've had several, but when you ask questions, they usually tell you, no, we don't want to jeopardize investigation. So you literally have nothing coming from them. Then subsequently, no briefing from them whatsoever. Is this the way these things are done? Is that standard practice?
No, it's not standard operational practice. What is actually going is when you've got leaders or commanders of security agencies that are not actually competent, not highly trained, this is what you expect. They try to make everything to be confidential or seem to be confidential because they lack the skills, the creativity, the innovation to communicate. Look at just what happened just in the UK. Within 24 hours time, we were able to identify the bomber. Within 48 hours time, we were able to put names on the victims that passed away. In Nigeria, every suicide attack, you just hear 10 people died. No names, no human touch to them, except it's a child or a politician that was killed. That's when they put a human element to it. But so what they are doing is that lack of knowledge of what we call victim care support. They don't give respect to the victims that's passed away. They don't give support to their families. So they keep secret and confidentiality because of their ineptitude to deliver security services to the country.
But can this be corrected though?
Oh yes, it can be corrected. It's not rocket science. It comes down to them having the humility, the mindset to take correction, having the simplicity to have the zeal to learn. Now, trying to use people that have seen it all, don't look at the young face or the youth, people that have seen it all to help them. But when you have people that lack communication skills to tell you what's going on in the system, they force everything to be secretive. Now, look at the issue of the recent recruitment by the DSS. Now, you have one state having 51 candidates, but you have one region having only 44, or the other region having only 50. Now you're asking yourself, if you look at the academic achievements in Nigeria, we know the certain regions in Nigeria have consistently had the better academic scores in Nigeria. But when it comes to recruitment to leadership or national security positions, it goes the other way around. So when you look at that, in national security, leadership of commands are very positive. They're very important because that's where the policies are harnessed, the SOPs are harnessed, the tactics are harnessed. But once you don't have that, it's disgraceful.
So there has to be a general restructuring of the way and manner you get top security officers or officials into position.
Oh, definitely. Now if I want to break down further into this, if you look at the questions by the Senate asking, or the Federal Character Commission asking the SSS to tell them more about this particular recruitment, a lot of school of thought are asking questions. Can we have the nominal role in the SSS to know who is who and where they are from, to see if that constitution of federal character is imbibed? The same thing with the police, the same thing with the army, so we can have information who is there to see that we are doing the right thing. Now, if we must copy a leaf from what happens across the world, when a bomb goes off, for example, there is need to understand the components, the methodology of the bomb makers.
Okay. We'll pick it from there in just a moment when we return. Join us again.